The first tip is to know your why. This is the foundation of being a successful student. Why do you want to be a successful student? Why is learning to be a successful student important to you? Why does this even matter to you? I encourage you to spend some time thinking about these questions, maybe even writing your answers in a journal if you feel inspired to. This is extremely important, as knowing your why will help you with the other tips that I discuss later in this video. Why do you want to be a successful student? Understand that there are no right or wrong answers. The goal here is to be honest with yourself, to learn more about who you are, to learn more about your deep motivations and desires. Do you want to be a successful student in order to get good grades? If that's the case, then why? Why do you want to get good grades? Is it because you want to go to a good college? Well, then why? Why do you want to go to a good college? Is it because your parents want you to? Or is it because you want to become a doctor and you know that you'll be a better doctor if you go to a good college? You can even go deeper from there and ask, why do you want to be a doctor, or an accountant, or a lawyer, or an entrepreneur, just to name a few possibilities. It may seem silly at first to keep asking yourself, why? Why? This will help you dig deeper and get to the core of who you really are. This is something that I wish I spent more time thinking about, introspecting on in high school, as this would have saved me a lot of time and stress and worrying about the wrong things. This tip will also help you greatly with tip number 8, which is, spoiler alert, don't worry or stress too much about grades. This is something that I struggled with in high school, but I learned my lesson once I got to college and shifted my why away from solely focusing on grades to taking care of my mental health, to focusing on my business, and to focusing on getting involved in the community and being involved in more extracurricular activities and clubs. When I was in high school, my why of why I wanted to be a successful student was so that I could get good grades so that I could get into a good college. It didn't really go any deeper than that. My why was based solely on grades, so grades were my number one priority, so I didn't spend too much time on extracurriculars or clubs. I didn't spend much time taking care of my mental health. That wasn't one of my top priorities until I reached college. In my freshman year, I went through depression and anxiety and realized that I needed to make a big change in my priorities. I cared about getting into a good college, not because I had some lofty goal or dream about what I wanted to do with that education. No, it was mostly based on what my parents would think. Now you can see how this played into some of my mental health struggles, and I'm sure a lot of you watching this are struggling with the same thing. My why was not a great why, as it was based on other people's judgments and opinions. A great why, a strong why, has to come from within. Do you want to be a successful student because you have a passion for learning, a passion for acquiring knowledge? Do you want to be a successful student because you dream of being a teacher one day and you know that being a successful student will help you to be the best teacher possible? The possibilities are endless of why you want to be a successful student, and everyone will have different answers. We are all unique. We all have different motivations and desires that drive us. So the first tip is to know your why. Know why you want to be a successful student.